Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lois, and welcome back to Skybees. In the last episode, we were working mostly on trying to unlock the creative tab by making the ultimate crafting table and the quantum compressor. Both of these were required to unlock the last tab in the quest book, which is the creative tab, which is, well, difficult to do stuff with. Um, so that's putting it lightly. Now, between episodes, I went ahead and I made the last three platforms that we're going to make for our base. And you might wonder why I was only going to make three more. Well, if you look at the mini map, it's a giant hexagon. It looks like a giant honeycomb. That's the point. So that is where we're gonna stop. I actually don't even know if we're gonna use all three of these. So one of these is going to be machines, and in fact, we're gonna take this guy. We're gonna take these guys. Those all go together. We're gonna take the alloy kiln. We're gonna take. There's a lot of creosote oil in there, but eh. We're gonna take the coke oven, and we're going to take the blast furnace all over there to be placed and well, made into buildings and all that kind of stuff later. We're also going to be taking not the windmill, because I am going to keep this windmill. I'm going to tear down that building one of these days and rebuild it, but we are going to take the metal press and bring it over here as well, and we'll automate that later. Not too concerned about doing that right now. Those can stay with me. And yeah, so that is kind of the idea. This is going to be another machine hexagon, and should be fine. So yeah, we need to do a lot of building. And I will be honest, I don't really feel like doing building today. So I'm going to put it off for now. And we're going to do other things. What other things we're going to do, I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But it's going to be kind of similar to last episode, where we're going to focus heavily on questing and doing some crafts. Now, the other thing I did between episodes was work on getting another elite and another ultimate tier crafting tables, so that we can make them auto crafting tables and never look at them again. And that's the first thing we're going to do, because those are quests that we need to complete. So let's do the elite one first, because why not? And the ultimate, and that is another chapter completed. So no big deal with that, but no more extended crafting ever, in terms of quests anyways. So let's put some stuff away. I don't think we need the cobblestone bricks right now, and we can get rid of these. So yeah, what's going to be the plan for today? Well, the main thing I want to work towards is, like I said, questing. We're going to try to complete some more quests. We might actually try to complete some Flux Networks quests and get all of those done if we can. But kind of the more important thing is I want to work with Botania and work towards getting to the Gaia Guardian fight. Now, there is some concerns with that, and there is also some things that are going to be potentially useful, which we'll get to preparing for the actual fight later. Maybe later today, maybe in the next episode, or another episode at least. We'll see kind of how I feel. And for the record, a lot of the building that I'm going to do is probably going to be mostly off camera. I'm going to build up the structure, and then we'll populate it and do what we want with it, and any automation and all that kind of fun stuff. So that's just an aside. Anyways, yeah, I want to do some questing with Botania now, because we actually don't have that. We don't have that much left to do. We need to make all three armor sets from Botania, which two of them are going to be simple. But the Terra Steel is going to be a little bit more difficult and is going to take a little bit more time. We also need to make a fabulous mana pool, a mana splitter, Gaia pylons, which we need those to summon the Gaia Guardian anyways, and then Dice of Fate, which we only get from, I think, the second form of the Gaia Guardian, and the Gaia Mana Spreader. So we gotta fight the Gaia Guardian at some point, and so we might as well start preparing for that. Now we're going to fight him over yonder at the Plains biome. because it's a nice big area and it's going to be great. And in fact, real quick, I want to make, actually remember the recipe. I want to make something that's going to help with that. And that is a builder's one, or a construction one, I believe is what the mod is actually called. It is going to cost us another star, which we have 149 of those now. And we're going to make the infinity one because this doesn't have any durability. And so it will be useful for building. Now, I'm just curious, how many, like, apiaries could I make? Can I make, like, 20 apiaries? I could. I have enough nether stars. We're missing a lot of the other ingredients, but I have enough nether stars. That's good. Okay. The other thing that I could do, we're not going to worry about that. I was going to say we could look into the lapis singularity. Make our first singularity. We need 10,000 lapis, and I do believe we have more than that. So we could do that, but don't think so yet. And I don't really know how I'm going to handle all that yet. So we're not going to worry about it. Anyways, let's get on with some crafting. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the mana steel armor. And so let's just grab some mana steel. We're also going to grab some terra steel and some elementium. And we're just going to come over here to a crafting table. Because it's going to be easier. So we're going to make a typical armor set. So, actually, is it in order? It is, but I think it's just to have them. So we're just going to make all of them. There we go. All the mana steel armor is completed. Now this stuff we are going to be using to make the terra steel. Because it uses it. Terra steel is really expensive in normal Botania, so it doesn't require you to have the 24. I believe it only requires you to have 12. Yeah, it's 3 for each, and then it's a couple sticks and one of each of the runes, the second tier runes, the runes of seasons. But we're going to go ahead and make the elementium. And go ahead and make this armor. And then with that, we have those quests done. So the terra steel is obviously going to be the more difficult stuff to make. But for the most part, who cares? We only need 12 of these. So let's get going. First things first, we're going to need some twigs. We're going to need 8 twigs, which is unfortunately pretty expensive on living wood. Requires 2 living wood for each twig, so that is not going to be fun, but we can go ahead and start putting stuff in the crafting table. And we're going to start with the helmet, and I've started storing all my runes up here. So we're going to need all 3 seasons, or all 4 seasons. There's 4 seasons. So let's look at rune of whatever. So we're going to want spring, which is wheat and 3 saplings, fire and water. And what is summer? Summer is air and earth. So we're going to need all of them. So wheat and some saplings should be easy enough. Spring is obviously the month of new plants and all that kind of stuff. The plants are coming back up and all that kind of fun stuff. So it makes sense. So those, that, fire and water. And then we're gonna need our wand, and we're gonna need 2 living rock. Now, obviously, because we're crafting with these runes, they are gonna get used up, which is unfortunate, but just kind of how it is. Not that big of a deal, but yeah, we just gotta deal with that. It is what it is. We do get the other runes back, which is nice. So air, earth. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted. So is the helmet? The helmet is spring, so we can go ahead and make this. So there is the terra steel helmet. Next is the chest plate, which I'm going to guess is summer. Yeah, so it goes in order from top to bottom, in chronological order for the seasons. So we just need to make the summer rune, which is earth and air, melon, slime, and 2 sand. Now that is a... I know we have some of this stuff, but I don't know if we have the melon. So the sand is easy. Slime we have perfect. We have plenty of, and we do have some melon slices. Awesome. So just another real quick craft, and we'll be able to move on to the next stuff. Air and earth. Water goes at the end. And this should not take too long. And we'll be able to finish up the Terrasteel armor. Now, typically, Terrasteel armor is really good. You can do some really cool stuff with it, especially if you've invested heavily in Botania and all of the different, like, mana-using items. But we haven't, and we're not going to too much. But there is all of the armor sets all completed, and we're going to actually just put this armor away. There is a better armor that I found for fighting the Gaia Guardian, I think. We're going to see if it works, but it's going to be really hard to get. It is crystallized obsidian, and it doesn't look super great. There's nothing special about it. It's just diamond leggings and this crystallized obsidian, which is obsidian, amber, and either chorus fruit or wither roses, which... yeah, we're going to probably go with the crystallized, or not the crystallized amber, the chorus fruit, because we can grow that pretty easily. I forgot about garden cloches. That is a thing, and they are really cheap. That's good to remember. But for the most part, the chorus fruit is going to be the easiest thing, and we should be able to get a lot of good stuff. We should be able to get a lot of the crystallized obsidian from this pretty easily. Amber is not that hard. It is just magma, redstone, and fire charges with honey. We have a lot of honey. We just have to make sure it's the right type of honey, and all that kind of fun stuff. So there are ways to get all of the stuff that we need. But why am I making a big deal about this obsidian? Well, I'm wearing witherite, which is upgraded netherite. And the chest plate, for example, has 8 armor. So the obsidian... The crystallized obsidian helmet has 9 armor, 6 armor toughness. It is better than the witherite chest plate. The chest plate for the crystallized obsidian is 24 armor, 6 armor toughness, and 1 knockback resistance. In other words, which the knockback resistance doesn't matter. We're going to make something to negate all knockback with Botania. It's really easy and useful. But, yeah, the crystallized obsidian is really, really strong. So that's what we're going to go with. So, before we get to that, we do have to prepare the actual, like, fight of the Gaia Guardian. And if we look real quick at the Lexica Botania and make our way to, let's see, it's Alphamancy. Where is, oh, it's right here. The Ritual of Gaia Guardian. We need Gaia pylons and a beacon, and it's not too bad. So that's what we're going to focus on. We got to make that stuff first, and then we'll worry about the rest of it. We're also going to go ahead and complete some quests, like making a mana splitter, which is just 2 of these and some living rock. That is not difficult at all. And this basically takes mana from a mana pool and shoots it off in other directions. Pretty useful, but not something we want to do. By the way, there is a system I could set up if we want to automate the cake mirrors. But I don't know if I want to yet. Basically, we can take advantage of astral sorcery and using the crystal collector and these crystal lenses to turn pumpkins into cakes. But as we saw in a few episodes ago when I needed a cake, they don't actually give you the item. They place the cakes, but that's perfectly fine for the cake immerse. So we could actually have block placers placing pumpkins, turning the pumpkins into the cakes, and the cake immerse eats it, and then all we do is feed the system pumpkins, and we can get those from the botany pots pretty easily, or garden cloches actually. So that is something, if we need to get a lot of mana, is something we could use. And then we could use this mana splitter to send that to more mana pools and not have to worry about, you know, filling up one mana pool and actually being able to fill up like 4. So that is an idea if we need the mana. I don't know that we're going to, but it's there if we need it. So let's go ahead and work on, can we make the fabulous mana pool? Now I believe this will open the book. The fabulous mana pool stores as much as the normal one. Okay, so it stores the exact same amount of mana. It just looks different. Can we make that pretty easily? It requires Shimmer Rock or a mana pool with some Bifrost blocks. Either way, it's the same recipe. Shimmer Rock is literally just living rock with a Bifrost block. But the Bifrost block is the hard part. We need Alpha Glass, which is throwing Mana Glass into the portal. And we need a Rod of Bifrost, which I think we can do that. We're gonna need a Dragonstone, and we're gonna need some glass. So we're gonna need a diamond. And let's go ahead and grab just a few ender pearls. So diamond, glass, ender pearls. Oh, I missed. The ender pearls missed. And we should be able to throw this, and those through. And we should be able to, from there, make the Bifrost. Oh, right, I need the Elementium. I should be able to make the Bifrost. We're actually going to need a good bit of Elementium right now. Or soon, rather. Should be able to make the Bifrost rod, and then with this, we can make the Bifrost blocks. This also, if we use it like here. Oh, I don't have mana on me. It can make a rainbow bridge that lasts for a little bit of time. With this Bifrost block, it does actually change colors, which is pretty cool, but not something that's super important for us right now. But I should be able to combine those with some living rock, make the shimmer rock, and then make the fabulous mana pool, which is just a mana pool that I believe changes color. That's it. Cool, but not something we need. So we'll just go ahead and put that away. And the last thing that we need to make was what I just got rid of. So we need to make some Gaia pylons. We need to make 4 of these, in fact. And in order to do this, we're going to need 4 mana pylons. So we're going to need 4 mana diamonds. And the mana steel and some gold. Not much gold though, so luckily, not really luckily, we have 5,000, but it's not much into our reserves that we're going to need for getting all of the awful singularities. Those are going to be a huge pain to make, but we should be able to just throw the diamonds in there and get the mana pylons. And then we just need pixie dust. We need 4 more. So let's just keep those 4. It's good to have some pixie dust. And we'll throw these in. And get the pixie dust that we need to make the Gaia pylons. Now we need 4 of these because that's how you set up the fight against the Gaia Guardian. Now, at this point, we're going to need some blocks. I guess let's just use gold. Doesn't really matter what we use. And we're also going to need a beacon, which we got a long time ago, and I don't remember why. I think it was a quest reward, which we don't get many of those. But we can use this stuff to set up the arena for fighting the Gaia Guardian. Now, there is a couple things left that I do not want to do until... let's see, where is, like... I guess this is kind of center. This place is not large enough. So let's get this set up, and I believe we can visualize it. If we go underneath, no. Okay, so let's unvisualize that. And I'm going to choose cobblestone. 2 blocks underneath. And this should set it where I want it. So yeah, this looks fine. This is going to make things very easy to kind of complete. And then I don't think it matters if you put iron blocks. Let me see if it says okay, requires Gaia pylons surrounding it functioning as an altar as well. Okay, requires an active beacon. It doesn't matter what blocks you use so long as it's an active beacon. Gold blocks work just fine, and we have more gold than iron, so might as well. So this is the ritual space for the Gaia Guardian fight. Now, I'm going to want to expand this platform by a good bit because this is kind of small. So we'll do that. But we're also going to want a way to get back over there in case we die. So that is where the Infinity One, for one, is going to come in handy. As well as... we're going to get a lot more dirt. I should have a bunch. I have some. I'll have to unlock that later. But we're going to make... Let's actually go ahead and make the thing. We're going to make a thing called a travel anchor. And this should help us kind of get back and forth between that area. We just need 4 iron blocks. Yeah, a lot of iron. I'd rather not use all that much iron if I can help it, but we're also going to need a travel staff, and this will probably leave here, but it's not too expensive to make. Just some iron and ender pearls, and so let's get back over to the area that we're going to use, and I don't know what the range is for this, but hopefully we can get to where we need. So we need to put another layer here. I want to make it left-right mode. So I'm just going to have 3 blocks. That's where we're going to start from. 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, and then let's go 4, 5, 4, 5. Then the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So that is a little bit better. Let's actually do 2 more on each side if we can. And we probably have enough dirt. So this is a very large area, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that looks much better to fight in. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put this travel anchor here. And then if we die, I can easily, hopefully, just teleport over there. So I can't see it from here, so it's not rendered. So we might need more. And we might need to put them in like strategic spots in between, which should not be too much of a problem. Apart from it's going to take a lot of iron, but we did use a lot of iron to make the ultimate crafting table, so it's not that big of a deal. But let's just fly out and so how close can we be? Do I need to set this up or anything? Okay, these are so I can spell Gaia. These are not as can I okay. So I can teleport decently far away. Looks like the zone is right here. If we look at the map, I would probably need another one to get all that way. So that's something I might consider, but we might not worry about it. We have a lot of other things to do in preparation for the fight, but it is good to have a backup in case we die, how to get back over there. So we're going to put that in here, and I will... Oh, right, I did make a second one. I was like, why do I have another one in my inventory? Okay, so that is something we'll take a look at later. But for the remainder of today's episode, it looks like we're going to have to prep stuff next time. One big thing is I'm going to need to get some books, and we might want a crystal sword, which if we're going to get a bunch of the crystallized obsidian, the crystal sword should be pretty easy to get. We're also going to get some other stuff to help with protection. So, yeah. So for the last little bit of this episode, what I want to do is I want to work on some flux stuff. So first things first, I want to teach the system how to make Eyes of Ender, because I don't think it knows... Yeah, it does not know how to make Eyes of Ender. We're going to put that in... I'm running out of space. Can we make another crafter? I don't think we have the stuff. No, we are missing some stuff. Let's get some steel, stone, and is it the enriched iron? And see if we can't get the thing to work, the auto crafter to work a little bit easier. I've heard that you kind of have to have 2 recipes worth of ingredients in order for it to work nicely. But we'll see if that is the case. So yeah, quartz enriched iron, steel plates, and stone. If we can get that automated, we can automate the metal press pretty easily. This thing is a breeze to automate, and it's just going to be a matter of yeah, setting it up, and we can make crafters whenever we want. So if we look at this, we should be able to do that. And it still doesn't remember the stone. I don't know why. That is so weird. But whatever. Let's go ahead and make a crafter. And then the other thing I want to teach the system how to make. So the other thing, the other quests that we need to do with Flux Networks to finish things off. So we need to make the Flux configurator. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get an Eye of Ender. And then we can do this pretty easily. And then throw that away because I don't know that we'll ever need it. I don't even know exactly what it does. But the basic Flux storage requires Flux blocks. And so if we can teach the system how to make these, we're going to need a lot of them. So to make the top quest, so the top quest is Gargantuan, Herculean, and then Basic. The Basics requires 6 Flux blocks with some glass. The Herculean requires 6 of the Basics, And the gargantuan requires 6 of the Herculean. So each Herculean is going to be 6 of the basic, which means that's 36. And if I could do math really quickly, it's like a it's 36 times 6 is what we need for the gargantuan, and that is a lot. That is 216 if my math is correct, which is probably not. So let's just, oh right, I have to put those in there, and I'm going to need a crafter to do that. So let's get that in, and if I do the flux block stuff, which apparently we also need to know how to make the flux core. That's not too difficult. I should be able to see if I need 216. I think that's right. I'm totally not going to pull up a calculator real quick. It is 6 times 6 times 6. 216, yes. So we just need some blaze powder and a lot of flux dust. So the blaze powder is the easy part because we have a ton of blaze rods, and we can just do that. So yeah, this is not going to be cheap to do, but 1800, basically 1800 redstone, and I think we can handle that. Again, totally not pulling out my calculator. Exactly how much did we need again? Apologies for doing this like this, but math is not my forte all the time. 1767. That is 27 and a half stacks, so a lot. So 28 stacks. Let's just go with that. And we have, let's see, you know, it's going to be easier probably just to grab the obsidian, come over here, place that there, Control Shift Q, no, Shift Q, or Control Q lets you throw stacks at a time, which is really nice. And then how do we do this again? Oh man, it's been a little bit since I've done this. Oh, left click. Alright, so get as much as we can from a single thing of obsidian. And we should be able to do this pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and get more. And we have 600. What is the actual... oh, well. I don't even know how many stacks we just did. But let's just do this a few more times. Let's see if we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I realize I'm going to just pick that up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did that give me all 10 stacks? No. Let's put half of that in there. So it did 8 stacks. So presumably we did 16 stacks so far. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get 2 more stacks of redstone. And we'll see if that's enough. Should be close if it's not. 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So can I just place this There we go. Oh, so if you use all the stacks, if you do all 8 stacks, then it turns into cobblestone. Interesting. Okay. So presumably we have everything we need. And we should be able to make 216 flux blocks. And we can. Cool. So that's going to take some time. So I'll tell you guys what. I will come back once that is done. And we will... Actually, how bad is it going to be? You know, not too terrible. We can make a couple things. So we're going to need glass panes, which we have plenty of. And there is the basic. The Herculean. And then if we just do this again, we're going to get there at some point. So it's going to take a little bit longer. We are already halfway. So yeah, we're going to do that. Now the plan for next episode is going to be preparing for the Gaia Guardian fight. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a couple of things. Obviously we're going to get this charm necklace, which is going to prevent poison, wither, fire, and void damage. It's not too bad. We're just going to need to get an extra crystallized obsidian. Slime is not too terrible. What we're going to do is we're going to make some of these machines, some extra ones. And especially because the crystallized amber requires honey, the easiest way is going to be a melting chamber. And we'll do something like that. So I don't know if I have a melting chamber. I do have a melting chamber. And do I have a solidification chamber? No, but I can make one pretty easily. We just need a furnace. And we could honestly do that right now. Or at least I can show it off, and then I'm going to have to do a lot of melting and all that kind of stuff. So put that there, put that there. This is very temporary. We're going to want mechanical pipe between them and configure it. I'm also just killing time so that I don't have to cut and edit, because that would be tedious right now. So to make the amber is fire charges, which are easy enough. We're gonna need so 24, 25, 26, 27 of these, and I made some extras apparently, which is not too bad, but redstone 27 and magma blocks. So we're gonna need slime, and we're going to need blaze powder, and probably some more blaze powder. Alright, how many magma blocks is that? Close. So we're just gonna make the rest of these. And I get infinite of these resources from the bees, so it's not a huge deal, but there is all of that. And then do we have any honey in here? We do. So do we have all the flux blocks at this point? We probably do. There is 30, and that is exactly enough. So we'll make all the Herculean, and then we can turn that into our gargantuan storage. So basically this stores energy for a Flux network. It's a battery, but it's really expensive, not really worth it. I think having this is going to be better. This stores 102 million. I guess this is 128 million. It's comparable, but meh, don't really care. So in order to make an amber, we need 500 blocks or 500 units of honey, and so we can do all of these pretty easily. So we're gonna need a good bit of these, and I will tell you guys what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all of the honey stuff later. Actually, I'm gonna just turn this off, let this make. Now for the crystallized obsidian, we need chorus fruit. Which, how much chorus fruit do we have? Not enough. However, we can get more through Botany Pot and the chorus flowers. Adds a minute, so it takes 3 minutes for each. Otherwise, we can use a garden cloche. That might be the better way. And I don't know if we have one. No. The problem with the garden cloche is let's see, it is treated wood planks, iron mechanical, and a vacuum tube, which we need the engineer's workbench for. So I think we can make a garden cloche real quick. Vacuum tube and iron mechanical component. Put those down. So we're going to need 2 iron plates, a copper ingot, glass, and other things. So 2 iron plates, copper. So let's see, garden cloche. I know the episode's getting a little bit long. I wanted to do most of this off camera, but a nickel plate, copper wire, and glass. So we're gonna need 2 copper, nickel, I believe I saw redstone and glass, which we can go ahead and use a stained glass, doesn't matter. So what we need to do is nickel, iron, and then we'll get the wire, throw a copper down, change this back to plate so it doesn't mess me up later, and should be able to make everything we need. So iron mechanical, vacuum tube, and iron mechanical component. And we have a copper wire left over. Perfect. So we only need one of those. We're going to need treated wood planks. I think, doesn't matter. No, it's, yeah, treated wood planks. Alright, so we should be able to make a garden cloche and can show off of this thing. It is incredibly powerful. It is arguably broken. The problem is going to be, where do we put it? Let's put it right here. Let's get a universal cable. We need endstone. And we need the flower, the coarse flower. So we put that in there, and then we give it power. And then the other thing that it needs is water, which I think it's going to be the easiest thing to make, to get some mechanical pipes and do this the old-fashioned way of just pipe it in through the wall. And we should be able to do that very easily. It has to go in the front, unfortunately, but we should be able to do that. And it's going to grow chorus fruit very, very quickly. So I have some of the chorus fruit that we need. We need 27 in total. But yeah, this is going to give us exactly what we need very quickly. So the only other thing we need is the slime. And slime, we get 100 per, so it's 10 slime each. So that is 6. Actually, let's see. If we do 1, it's 900. Okay, so it is, if we need 27, we need 27 blocks plus 1, plus 27. So we'll just get some more slime. And yep, this is producing chorus fruit very quickly. So we can just do one of these. Apparently it doesn't like it if you have half slime, half not. But there we have the slime, chorus fruit, crystallized amber, and then the obsidian. And that should be everything. So there is the crystallized obsidian. So I will tell you guys what, I am going to make the rest of that between episodes. I'm going to prepare for what we need for the Gaia Guardian fight. And hopefully it's going to go well. I'm going to set up some travel anchors as well, I do believe. Just in case we die, it's going to be a good way to get back. So that is the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!